We're live. Ooh. We're live here on Tetris Tuesdays at 10. We're going to take a little bit of a trip today. I'm going to do this up top because who shows up to not see a Tetris game? I would. Some of this is interesting to me. That's why I'm going to share it. But there's a semi-regular feature on the show now where we take a stroll through the Tetris graveyard. And since we're entering 2008 with this episode right now, I thought it would be fun, again, in quotes, to check out some of the Tetris games that I could not get up and running no matter how hard I try, but also I'm to the point where I realize at first glance some of these that I can write off immediately. I still do a cursory search just to be sure, but just so you get an idea, here's where we're at in the process. Anything I've highlighted in blue here, if I can zoom in a little bit. You can see 2008 starts over here, is a mobile thing. EA had the Tetris mobile license in the States. Gmode had it in Japan, at the very least. Maybe also Europe? I'm not sure. There are a couple Gmode Classics collections I've been seeing for Switch, but none of them include Tetris, any of the Tetris games they made. So probably because they were Japanese releases. So there's probably some sort of a Gmode collection that also got a Japanese release that I don't have access to yet. So that's this Tetris, Electronic Arts, this Tetris 1 to 3, Tetris Diamond. All the Gmode Tetris games had like at least a theme to them. I will show you Tetris Pop, just to give you an idea of what we're missing here. Because I get it, this is like pre-smartphone too, so it's not like we will get into the smartphone Tetrises that we can no longer access, but at this point, they're all kind of flip phone-ish, starting to get more advanced. But check this out. It's just a video of a screen. The music's not bad. You can kind of hear him struggle through what I'm sure are just excellent controls on whatever phone he's trying to use. But I could listen to this music for a Tetris stream, so kind of disappointed that I can't yet, again, like I say. So that's a little bit of what we're missing. That's Tetris Pop. That would have been a US release, so maybe a little bit easier for me to get running. But there's also a couple, I hesitate to say hardware because they're kind of maybe in the tchotchke genre of Tetris game, which, you know, I'm no stranger to. Still love my little Tetris Junior over here. These ones, I was not tempted to purchase for whatever reason. There's the Arcade Bank 3-Minute Tetris, a Japanese release. Here's a little bit of it.
So here we go. I thought.
I like that the buttons beep.
Okay. So it's nice that it at least has music.
It is nice that it
and
at
I
least
really
has
would have.
music.
I would have paid a lot more money. I mean, relative to the price of this machine, it was like $30, American. I would have paid a lot more money to have it in full color. Yeah, playing in an angle doesn't really work very well.
It's got
for
like
Tetris.
weird
I promise I
backlighting
am
going
good at
on
Tetris.
there too, but
for
there you
the
go.
purposes
I don't
of
know.
this video,
Fun little deal.
I'm not going to be.
And then there's this dude, this game, but I do like the dude as well, the way he puts it. It's like, what if you could play Tetris, but in 360 degrees?
What if you could play Tetris in 360 degrees?
What?
As of 2008. You can.
You can!
This little handheld has a tilt sensor inside, and you can go in any direction. All you do is tilt it and watch the tiles fall. Each side has 2 buttons, one to speed up the fall and one to rotate. Now I'm going to speed up this video so I can show you how the game works a little bit and you don't have to wait around for too long. But it really does add a fun new way to play this game when we thought we've played every other way possible.
So I don't know that it does add a fun new way to play this game. Honestly, that's why I did put a bid on this on eBay. I found one, but for like, I think he was trying to sell it for like 20 or 30. And I was like, I would be willing to throw down $10 or so plus shipping on this thing. And they did not accept. So, Shy in the chat, what was that sound he made when he misdropped? I don't know. Was that referring to the Tetris 360 here? How can you even tell that he misdropped? That's kind of the thing. This is maybe like peak gimmick Tetris, I feel like. Like in no way does this feel like a meaningful addition to the game of Tetris. It seems, again, like we're squarely in the tchotchke genre of Tetris here. So that's why I wasn't too worried about getting this one. If another one pops up for $5 to $10 on eBay, who knows? Maybe we'll do an episode, but for now we'll live through this dude at Eternal Electronics. Thank you. The Tetris Piggy Bank guy. Yeah, his narration was a little less desirable. I could have muted it, but I didn't want to lose the sounds of the thing.
Be good at Tetris because it's, I'm not going to be good at Tetris because it's...
When he misdropped.
For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to be Tetris. Yeah, playing in an angle doesn't...
There it is.
Yeah, playing in an angle doesn't...
I believe he said, ah! Or something to that extent. Okay, so there's a couple of Tetrises you probably won't see on this particular series. Ack, that's a good one. Yeah, the Kathy, does that reference play? He did a Kathy. And then there's Tetris Hangame, I'm going to say, or Hangame, if I was purely American over here. It requires a Korean social security number and Korean telephone number to confirm registration. And I want to say this was not the only Korean game that does require that. What's the big, I know bongs or the internet cafes are huge. What's the like big one, or was at least in Korea? It was like StarCraft or League. They probably all have their audiences, but there was like one. Shy in the chat. Wait a minute, didn't this game have a televised tournament? Maybe. That's what I'm saying. I know Korea takes their video games very seriously in many different aspects. So there was a chance that I could find a version of this that was up and running. Like I hadn't completely ruled it out. Like somebody had done the work to preserve this, but not that I've seen. I found a couple forums where they were going through and talking about it, and a couple people had tried. But it seems for the most part, nobody figured out a real reliable way to get past some of those checks. And then they would, of course, I think the servers are shut down at this point as well. So they would have to spoof that in some way. Can you look it up in RQ? Can you tell me what RQ is? I'm old, remember? Old. I mean, there's plenty of articles on it. The hard drop is what we're on right now. Oh, real quick. Can you look it up real quick? Yeah, I do a bunch of research before. Believe it or not, I know it seems unlikely most of the time. I do a fair amount, unless, like I said, it's some of these phone games that I know I'm going to need to get a Japanese phone for or something like that. I've searched Gmode Tetris enough times at this point that those ones I kind of gloss over, but Hangame, I thought I had a chance because I did some research on it like a couple months ago also, because there was an older version of it, I think. This is the one from 2008 for Windows 2000 XP. But nothing. So far as I know, I'll give it a shot probably again at some point in the future, because again, it seems like either the servers are still up and you do still need, like there's no hack or crack for it, which still seems kind of strange, or again, the servers are shut down and nobody's done the work to put those, to spoof those in a way that the app, I couldn't even find the app for download anywhere. So I don't know, someday we'll give it a shot. Shy, I think I found it. Dang it, Shy. Discord it to me. See what we're looking at. Or give me a Google. Part of the problem is I don't Google. I duck, go. Sometimes I should probably go to the dark side here a little bit. Give me a key search term for how you got to the page or the name of the site or something like that. Can't send links in the chat. Yeah, no, sorry. I get why they do that. Seems like I could enable that for some people that I trust. But unfortunately, to my knowledge, I cannot. Tetris Hangame. Okay, hold on. It has been Discorded. Oh, using my phone to, let me get into the Discord here on, do I have it on my browser? Not that I'm going to be able to play this all today, obviously, but open Discord in my browser. If it doesn't ask me to, it didn't ask me to sign in. Shy. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there it is. Korea Tetris Burger King League 2. Oh, you found a YouTube video of it. Ah, I see. Well, yes, I can do that. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, we should probably. Here we go. Bring this over here.
오맵을 선택했습니다. 박형건 윤재욱 선수가 자 제대로 한번 붙어보자. 네 깨끗하게 정리하면서 시작해보자. 자 싸움을 걸어봤습니다.
D-Day.
세 세트 가보죠.
Makes perfect sense that there would be some
아마도
sort of
결승로 가는
tournament version
분기점이
of
되지 않을까 하는
Tetris
생각이
Hangame.
듭니다.
자, 그리고 이것이 아이템전이긴 하지만 팀전이긴 하지만 그래도 콤보의 중요성은 대단합니다.
그럼요.
콤보를 잘 성공을 시켜줘야 돼요.
자 박형건 선수가 6콤보까지 일단
그렇죠.
들어갔고요.
자, 이준호 남영준 선수가 라인이 많이 높아졌지만 그래도
So it's
아이템
is it a 2v2 team, I guess, is what I'm
하나씩
seeing?
써주는 것도 괜찮아요.
자 박형건 일단 밀어 풀렸고요.
자, 이준호 남영준이 라인이 많이 높아졌는데 자, 박형건 윤재욱은 이럴 때는 몰아붙여야 됩니다. 콤보로요.
I자가 예.
자, 지금 막 반사되고요.
박형건 네.
Dude,
남영준
there's power
위험하죠.
up
이준호
flying.
먼저
Or
아웃.
maybe that's just garbage things or whatever they are.
이렇게 되면 끝났죠 이러면 자 2대1 상황이 됐는데
I'm not sure what
사실
just
박형건
happened. Oh, there's a
윤재욱
few of
정말
these.
소리 없이 강한 팀이었습니다.
그러니까요.
예, 별로 이렇게 세레머니라든지 파이팅이 있는
There are a
선수들은
lot of
아니었는데
these
그래도
shy
오늘 또
in
경기력으로
the
다가가서 보여주고 있네요.
야 이기고 나서도 저 침착한 모습 보세요. 물론 남영준 이준호 선수도 늘 그런 모습.
All right. Yeah, it seems weird, especially if there's tournament play, that they wouldn't have preserved, somebody didn't preserve this in some way. Unless Korea's got it locked down, which is obviously very possible. Anyway, maybe in the Tetris graveyard, we'll say, for Tetris Hangame. And then something happened. Because this is TetrisOnline.com. We're still in the Tetris Online era. Again, Hank and I think LXXXI was involved, but also I forget the name of the ex-Nintendo executive, founded this company, Tetris Online Inc., and it is very online focused. This is the website by way of the Wayback Machine, but you'll see the game we're going to play this week, Tetris 2008, was not on this website as captured by the Wayback Machine in December of 2008, yeah. And that's because it's a Japanese release. Tetris 2008 still a Japanese release. So I had just about given up hope until one of my searches turned up good old Tetris Online Poland. Again, this is the same guy who Wojtek is his nickname. So Wojtek or Wojtek. I don't speak Polish very well. He did all the work to preserve Tetris Online Japan. It has a community. In fact, there's a spot here. Hold on. It'll tell me how many people are online right now. Not on that one. This one? 16 online right now, 2 in multiplayer mode. One of those might be me, because if you go to this other page, Flash Games, he has preserved Tetris 2008 as well. So we can actually play this one again, thanks to good old Wojtek. It's not super full featured. It is very much a Flash game. Oh, I will say the only other thing I had to do, the Wayback Machine was having issues, and so was this site. So I did have to download something called Ruffle, which is, I had heard of it before. It's like a Flash emulator, but I'm using Brave or Chrome here, and it just, you download the plugin and it's good to go. Like no additional work required, and so far runs perfectly. Yeah, Shy in the chat, Tetris Online Poland again. I'm not going to play Tetris Online Poland again, let's say, but so this dude doing God's work, pretty cool. We are going to play in our browser. I do have my Xbox Elite, and I have set up a pad mapper so that I should just be able to use this, which I don't feel too bad about. Obviously, if this were, that's not true, this is 2008. I would have found some way to use a gamepad with this version of Tetris, so I don't feel like I'm going too far outside here. And if everything's running correctly. Yeah, and he's preserved a few of these games, actually, if you see him here. Hold on, see if I can scroll through them. I have it cropped in this particular mode, but, oh no, yeah, this is the site that was on the other one. We will come back to Tetris Kente at some point. I can't remember if any of these are on the list. Tetris 89, I think, also, but it's really just Tetris with a Game Boy skin on it. Again, some of these very slight Flash games that existed at one point, but for the sake of completionism, we're going to play some Tetris 2008. All right, get this going. So you can set, there's no English patch yet, so the option screen, I kind of had to tweak my way through. This just told me what the active buttons were, because last time my gamepad mapped stuff to buttons, like it had issues with the shift, which is more of a toggle than a button, so I can kind of see why that would happen. So luckily they put some of the activities, the actions on the keys here, so I just mapped to those keys rather than shift or control. So, no idea what anything else says. There appears to be some additional directions here. If we're using the number pad, no idea. But if I wanted to, I could level up or garbage up here. This has a similar bit to definitely some older BPS games, Bulletproof Software games, but I can't think of the game specifically, but it did the same exact thing where clearing a stage will reset the playfield and increase the height or the amount of garbage by 1. So if you clear height 5, the level increases by 1, and you go to level 1 dash or 20-1, or I forget how it'll number itself out, but apparently the game is completed after clearing stage 20-5. So it sounds like we could be here a while. I'm not sure, but that's the game. Like, there's no other mode. When it comes to the Flash games of Tetris Online Inc. or Tetris Online Japan Inc., it seemed like a mode was a game. So we might play some additional games, but they will be kind of single modes in a way, and this will be the first of them. So let's see how it goes, sounds, looks. gamepad working so far. It does have hold, so it is a guideline game. Colors are correct as far as I remember. It does say that like delayed auto shift is a little slow. You'll notice this is if I hold the button down. So at one point tapping is going to become more advantageous than... Oh, there's a different sound for back-to-back. Shy in the chat, this is definitely a Tetris game. Yep. Not a lot to it. You could say it's a Tetris game. I don't even know if it's using 7-bag. Probably, right? Not like I would know. Because I just do stupid stuff like this. Okay. Get too caught up in not trying to make it. There we go, okay. We're recovering. Pretend like that didn't happen. It's not the ugliest thing you've seen on this stream. I'm finding the slow auto shift to not be horrible yet, I guess. Okay. So there's a level clear, which was kind of easy, honestly. Pretty sure this is 7-bag. It would be, right? Especially if it was guideline. I know in some guideline games they let you, yeah, okay, so now we got garbage. We're stage 1-1 still, garbage level 3, I guess, is what's going on. Yeah, I know some guideline games let you choose. In fact, I swear we just played one. In fact, the Xbox 360 ones might have had a choice on there that I didn't really... I don't take advantage of it because I just stick with 7-bag because that's what I'm used to at this point for sure. There we go. Suppose it would be nice to go faster. T-spin support? T-spin support. Now that I can T-spin semi-regularly, I find it disappointing when I do it and it doesn't pat me on the back for it. Although it seems like, you know, older Tetrises where it was not officially supported because I felt like it wasn't quite a thing yet. Like nobody was recognizing it as a thing you could reliably do for a reason or something. Okay. Yeah, we might be here for a few. This was always the thing with the BPS Tetrises too. This took a while. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Wonder if I got... Okay, I need to look at that. I'm at stage 1-2. See if I get a line bonus for Tetris. This should just be 4 lines, so it should take me down to 10, right? Okay, it did. So No bonus for Tetrising. I don't know why. That's like the thing I'm finding myself hoping that Tetris games did more. It was like, maybe it's because I'm in a game where I'm clearing so many lines. I appreciate it when they give me a few extra ones. Music's fine, not anything terribly special. You could tell me it existed in a previous Tetris game, and I would believe you. I mean, it's a take on the classic, obviously. I just meant you could tell me this specific arrangement is from another Tetris game, and I'd believe you. If we get tired of it, I see the audio button down there. I can click it off. Shy in the chat, I'm going to take my leave and go to sleep early tonight. Have a good one. Good night, Shy. I'm sure you deserve it. Shy's showing up regularly in the AM where he's at. They are at. And I don't blame you. Again, I'm not sure how long this could go on for. The speed is so far not an issue. So, unless it really starts to get hairy here. And if it's guideline, I might be able just to infinite spin my way to victory anyways. Oh gosh, yeah, we're on stage 1-5. This ends at 20-5. So we don't go up a world. Oh, actually, this might be it. We might go up a world after this. This is a quantity, I don't know, I'm gonna say quantity over quality Tetris, but it's a fine Tetris so far. I don't want to say anything about the quality necessarily, but this is a lot of Tetris rather than an amazing Tetris, let's say. Not all Tetrises are amazing. Sad truth. And I think more Tetrises are amazing than most. Okay, back to 2. Okay. Yeah, how long can we keep this going? Ooh boy. I'm gonna try to really speed my way through this. Which is probably the point somewhat, right? I feel like Shy saw this coming. I'm gonna dip out. I think I've seen what this Tetris has to offer. No problem with the controls at all, given, you know, it's not a perfect solution, but so far it's working out great. I feel like I should be done by now. Did they make the line, did they up the line requirement? That would be a little insult to injury. Seriously, still going? Did I read that and forget about it? Clearing a stage will reset the play field. Clear height 5, the level increased by 1. Game is completed, clearing stage 20-5. I mean, I guess this was a free Tetris. You just played it on their website. You know, back when online was just printing money until people tried to figure out how is this actually profitable? Forgot to look at the line go. See if it changed. Four to go. Starts with 25 lines to clear. I don't remember how many I needed to clear last game, so keep that in mind for next time, I guess. Oh, it shouldn't have hard dropped that. It's okay. I'll be alright. Whoops. Keeping it moving. It feels good, you know, like the atmosphere, I guess you could say, about it is decent. It's a decent Tetris game. I might still turn the music off at some point. Never forget that I'm actually a music off Tetris player. Like, that was what I landed on back in the NES days, because it stressed me out too much when it started going fast. Trying to save that spot for a T-spin. There we go. any good choice with that one. Probably thinking about this too much for this early on, but thinking about it will come in handy later, right? What is keeping track of my total time? That's handy or concerning, I guess. Anytime somebody tries to tell me how long I've been playing Tetris, I get antsy. Because the number's always wrong. There's no way I've been playing Tetris for that long. Impossible. Okay, this is not. So far, the RNG seems great, actually. Like it's giving me the pieces I need for the most part. Stage 3. See if I can complete a stage with only Tetrises here. Ah, you needed to go over there. This is not helping. I'm just gonna kill myself trying to do this. Okay, there we go. Let's forget about that. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My brain is breaking. None of these pieces make sense. After praising the RNG. Yeah, this is full on shades of BPS, Tetris, circa. Yeah, what year would that have been when I was run into these a lot? Oh, why didn't I put that there? Two lines to go. Just spit it out. Oh, misdrop. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, speed still not even an issue. Which I guess I could explain. You hear me saying like, oh, this reminds me of a BPS game. The early BPS games were like, even just the Famicom Tetris. So the Tetris that came out in Japan as opposed to the Tetris that came out in the States, which was the one that got me hooked, was pretty different. You had essentially lives, I think, was the big thing that really threw stuff off. Not threw it off, but it made playing a game of that very different than playing a game of Nintendo Entertainment System Tetris, because you could get like one game lasted, like those streams were several hours each, I want to say, because it didn't even speed up until pretty far along. It's not like I beat the game or anything, because it wasn't necessarily easy, especially once it started to actually speed up. It was just, you didn't die very fast. It didn't speed up until there's no infinite spin, so it was a little bit more deadly than probably what we're going to see here, but just meant every game you played was like 2 hours long. Every stream I did was like 2 hours long. Oh yeah, Ren is combo. I just remembered that. Been staring at it for this entire game and just remembered. Combo in Japanese. mean, this is guideline, so it probably has infinite spin, but I don't know how it's going to manifest. Given the nature, you know, that it's a flash game and you would have been using keyboard controls, technically. .4. Just like my grades in high school. Am I right, guys? My chance to go only Tetrises. What I got left? 5 lines. So I'm gonna have to over Tetris here. Oh, I got it. 1 level in only Tetrises. I think I've got like 1 more round of this music left, maybe. Still only 25 lines to clear, so not sure why the first few levels felt faster. I wonder if a combo gives me bonus lines. I haven't been looking at that. Nope. No bonus lines for combos. Four. Oh, that was a misdrop. It's okay. Taking this to the bitter end. Probably thought about that too hard for a few. 5-0. Again, of 20-5. What are the chances this occupies the short list of Tetris games I have quote-unquote beaten? Definitely not going Tetris only for this one. Oh, whoops. Can feel it coming. Still 25 lines to clear. Some games just feel longer than others, I guess. Only needed 3. That one felt appropriately short. No reason why. Tetris time dilation is its own phenomena. There we go. I've been paying attention to the score. I don't know if I'm maximizing anything. But I don't usually pay attention to the score, so... There we go. 38 minutes on this game? Jeez, how long did I talk for? And still no sign of anything getting all that hairy. -0. A lot more work than I needed to do for that last one, but you know, not strangely enough, because this would be obvious. I think one of the things that really helped with figuring out T-spins is learning how to rotate in multiple directions. Keeping it going. At least I'm noticing the speed at this point. I still don't think we're in anywhere of a proximity of a threat, unless I really make a mistake, which we're always within close proximity to that. (6-3). Tell you what though, for a flash game, like those are semi-casual affairs, right? I guess leave it to Tetris to decasualize anything. Mm-hmm. Might be my highest there, a 4 Ren. I could just need one more. The thing about garbage modes is you'll get an eyepiece, think you're about to make all sorts of progress. It just kind of sits there. (7-0). Still with 25 lines to clear. At least it's consistent. Not this time. I guess the solution to this, can't believe this is just now occurring to me. Good gosh. Thanks for tuning in. The solution is to just start on a higher level, like the controls would have allowed me to. In fact, I could do that right now. Never mind that it's just now starting to get interesting. You know, with the delayed auto shift as slow as it is, I am like able to use it somewhat more. Oh, I just needed one more Tetris. If I go to all the work to build things up, it should let me keep those pieces at least, you know, just to be nice. Getting 7,000 per level clear now. There we go. Nope. Could have been worse, but it's not what I was going for. I don't even think there's leaderboard support for this when it was online, was there? I guess I can look it up after, but I'm not even competing for fake leaderboards. Coming up on 8. At this point, Shy's gonna wake up in the morning and I'm still gonna be here. Only Tetrises, 8,000 points. I didn't get over fast enough. There we go. Didn't need to do that much. 8-2. Not even halfway through. Okay, tell you what. I don't know why. I was gonna say after this I'll skip ahead, or after we get halfway through I'll skip ahead, but I guess score is something, right? That's typically the reason why you'll start from level 0, is because your score matters somehow. Oh boy. Whoops! Double misdrop. What happened there? Sleep at the wheel, maybe. Whatever. That's right, and then this guy just kept going. It was insane. Had a perfect spot for a T-spin and he messed it up. Then he misdropped. Oh boy. Okay. Don't necessarily want to go out on a misdrop. This point in the game still should not be an issue for me. Oh, 9-0. What's my score? 100. See how the infinite spin does here. Nope, I don't have infinite spin. I guess that's good to find out now. There we go. That's some grade A infinite spin. Whoa! Hmm. 9-2. There's a beep like halfway through every level. I'm guessing that's the halfway point beep? Not positive. It's usually at this point in the stream, my wife starts wondering if I'm okay. It's not still going on, is it? And then she's like, oh, it's kind of like a BPS game from the 80s, right? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Actually, maybe that's just a combo sound. -4. Getting a little hairy here. What did I say? 9-4? Yeah, we still got another level to go. Alright. Starting to get serious about this. Great line spot. Look at that. -0. Now we're moving. Really starts to test how locked in you are, as the kids say. It's all about endurance at this point. holding it together when the RNG does decide to take a dump on you. Luckily the playing field does reset after each, so even if I really mess it up, back to wherever the garbage starts. No, what are you doing with that? I should actually be ready for that. That's a function of... I forget how you're able to kick it. I could do that. And then this. That'll work. 10-3. 10-3, good buddy. Oh, I probably should have tried to do that. Or put it there somewhere. Turn the music off, it's gonna be like deadly quiet in here. Still going. 10-5. Feel like I had more close calls on level 9 here than 10. I just stepped it up. I got serious. That's what happened. Nope, that one. There we go. That was close. Eleven one. A little over halfway through this thing. Going for another Tetris only here. And there it is. 11,000 per level now. Whatever gets the lines at this point. I mean, no matter what, it's going faster now, right? But given how much I was hard dropping before, it's not like that's going to make a huge difference. If anything, I'm going to start hard dropping less the faster it moves. Yeah, it's not. Sure. Should have gone for the T-spin back there. Okay, we can do that. Go over there. No. Shy in the chat. Didn't expect to see you still streaming this game. I'm only on 11-5. I also made the joke not too long ago that Shy is gonna wake back up and be like, what are you still doing here? It's just barely starting to get a little hairy. I can't pass up a chance. If there's a Tetris I might be able to get to the end of, which I feel like this probably still isn't one of those, but also I really should have just started at a higher level. 12-0. It goes to 20-5. Oh boy. If at least like it held over the garbage, we might have a bigger issue here, but resets me every time. There's no true infinite spin. Like, it'll cut me off at some point, so it's gonna get messy soon and quickly. Oh, there you go. I wonder how long the shortest Puyo Puyo Tetris stream will last. Are you going to play till 20-5? I'm going to play until I'm not. And so far, nothing's stopping me, so if that's how long it goes, that's how long it goes. So probably, yeah. What am I at? Hold on, I'll see how. I mean, actually, I guess the real answer is no, probably not, because I don't think I'm going to be able to hack it. What am I at? Almost coming up on 2 hours? Yeah, this is nothing compared to what I would 6-hour stream. Yeah, no, this is nothing compared to what I would do for, like I said, those older BPS games. There was no getting out of those streams or those games until at least 2.5 hours in. And it was like I was doing multiple versions. I definitely don't think you were around yet for this. And in some cases they weren't like a ton different, so I was basically just playing the same thing again. There was graphical differences. This is why I think I made the decision to still play them. I thought it was interesting to see, you know, back then was all about what backgrounds did I get per level. That was like the big reward of playing a Tetris, you know. And since the backgrounds were different for each, somebody had drawn something different for each of those Tetrises, I was like, yeah, this is fun to check these out. Even though I couldn't ever see all of them because I couldn't get to all of the last levels. I mean, I am getting hungry, so I guess there's that I am not able to complete this just out of pure sustenance issues. Dark Souls stream when? Oh boy. I still to this day have never played a Souls. Came along when I was already pretty difficulty averse. I never really jumped on that whole, I don't know, bandwagon. Like the whole industry went Dark Souls pretty much at that point. I've always been more of a, and I know there's Dark Souls lore to spare, but I've always been more of a story-centric gamer, except for Tetris, strangely enough. Like, Tetris is like one of the only puzzle games I'm really into. But also no other puzzle game is like Tetris. You strike me as somebody that would have a Dark Souls streak about you. You're a smart enough gamer. I don't know that I'm that smart of a gamer. Nope, go. Oh, no, okay. Not going to do that. Ooh, I probably should have put that there somewhere. That doesn't matter. (12-5). What could go wrong? Trying not to depend on the RNG for any of my pieces, really. If I got them, use them. Oh, it's already kicking me out pretty quick here. Oh, nope, over here. Oh, this might not be great. Nope, didn't really want to put that there. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know when it tops out. Oh boy. I don't want the. When I got 5 lines left? Oh, jeez. Oh, is this gonna kill me? It didn't. Ah, this is gonna kill me though. I can't use that. What? This is gonna kill me. Oh, it didn't kill me? I can't use O pieces? Come on! Well, there you go. Does that answer your question, Shy? All right, I'll leave you to it then. Good night. I mean, good day. Good day, sir. There you have it. Ooh, it saves my level at least. 12-5. Phew. And well over an hour to get there. Some days you ask yourself why. Is that what's going on? Come back next week where we ask why about Tetris Friends. Right, so check this out. If you remember 2 hours ago when I brought this thing up, this is the website for Tetris Online Inc. Tetris Friends is a Facebook game. From what I can tell, there is no way. I need to do some more digging, but I think it's defunct. I don't think there's going to be a way. Not a lot of people out there preserving Facebook games, except for maybe Farmville, right? Wasn't that the one? So, and I don't know if that's been preserved either, to tell you the truth. So, I don't know. We'll find out how it goes. If it's not Tetris Friends, it might be Tetris Party. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go see if I can locate this at my local shop. I also have a Wii, but I don't have any Wiimotes. Hard to come by nowadays, it turns out. So that's what we're looking at, quite possibly for next week. Otherwise, the channel is not going to see a ton of content. Like I mentioned, have been mentioning, I'm hard at work on Chaser Season 2. So if you want to go over to the Chasers channel, you might see some things pop up here and there. I have the first Wednesday in March tentatively earmarked for launch, so it'll be a couple weeks still. But either way, thanks for hanging out. Shy in the chat, I used to play Dungeon Blitz on Facebook. Wow, I haven't even heard of that one. No, Farmville and Mafia something? Just Mafia maybe? Were like the two Facebook games. But I was like, I should have gone in for a Facebook Tetris is what I should have done. I wish I had been more active, like trying to find Tetris games back in the day, because then I could at least have some experience to speak on. But I was like all about this at the Facebook games, nose up in the air. There was also a Plants vs. Zombies game on Facebook. I remember that too, actually. That was one that went everywhere. I remember that was like mobile. That was like a live arcade title. I don't love tower defense, so I didn't get that much into it. But I remember that was like a live arcade that went like mobile and Facebook, and like that was everywhere. So good call. But no, I did not. Actually, no. I wonder. I did have some Facebook games. I don't think there's anywhere you can look though. Remember there used to be like maybe it was a full-on tab where you would go and it was like you had a game library. I know Scrabble was a big one for me, but that was more like it used Facebook's servers. You know, it wasn't like really a Facebook version of Scrabble. I think it was just you could sign in with Facebook, and on the app it would go through there, and it did surface itself on Facebook if you didn't have your phone, but it was like a stupid, like way worse way to play it. And I'm not seeing anything in the way of, this is a story for next week when I try and actually play the game, but I don't even see a games tab anymore. Dashboard? Welcome to the professional dashboard. Nope. Yeah, that'll be something to look at. But that'll be next week. Worst comes to worst, again, we're going to... So Tetris Party is going to be interesting too, because it's a Wii game. Dolphin is a wonderful emulator, but I don't know how that handles a lot of motion controls. Judging by how Tetris has handled things in the past, it might just forego the gimmick for some of it. You know, like there's VR Tetris games out there that are just like 3D. Doesn't really change the game except for Tetris for the Virtual Boy, which, by the way, if you're dug into the Virtual Boy stuff, I know those things just started arriving in homes. Nintendo did a Virtual Boy. There's like a cardboard version, but also like a plastic version that looks just like the original that you can put your Switch or Switch 2 into and then play some of those Virtual Boy games. There were two Tetrises. One of them was Japan only. I think that might have been V Tetris. But then there was like an actual Virtual Boy Tetris, which I liked. Like there was a mode in there that was not, you know, it was like Virtual Boy Core. You know, all the Virtual Boy games are like bad in some way, but there was like a puzzle game that I super duper enjoyed. So anyway, if you're into that, go check that out. Tetris Party, I don't know if I'm going to have to bust out the OG hardware for that one or not. Either way, we'll find out. And if I'm like, how would I, yeah, never mind. Some things to figure out if I can't get the Facebook game to work. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Good to see you, Shy. And anybody else that poked their head in or after the fact has checked out the VOD, you're well past turning the thing off at this point. So I don't know why I even mentioned that, but maybe you'll be back next week and we'll see you then.